This is how we do farming in Africa. Can you see that maize? Yani imemea tu na maji ya chini. Sara nipe shamba nilime pia. Ilipandwa. Kwa hivyo imekauka, hakuna nini?
Dorka alikata miwa yake yote.
Amekasirika. Sara, viazi si ndio ile uchimbe? Iko viazi ndani? Kuna viazi hapo ndani?
Chini imekauka.
Huyu mama amekata miwa yote chini, kwani anataka kuhama? Caleb, anataka kuhama? Ketwani ya kurdidi bon. Unaona dudu imeanza kukula. This one is infected. It's infected. Inyutebore kiteleke. Wamepanda kunde. Cowpeas. Those are vegetables. Sara, hii kunde ni yako? Sara, mahindi imekuliwa na dudu.
Lakini si shida hiyo. Hiyo ni afadhali.
Imekula roho. Lazima imekula roho ndani.
Hiyo iko sawa.
Roho bado imekula.
Inakulanga tumetoka. Hii nguruwe inakulanga sana. Yes.
Hii shamba ni eka ngapi?
Hii iko zaidi ya eka
10. Eka 4. This is the river, guys. You can see from a distance. We have a river. That's a river. The water level is very low because it has not rained for the past 3 months. So that's a river. We are right at the river. And this is the farm. Planting has been done, but the maize has been infected. But I think it is infected. I can see some worms. And yeah, the end of it is that trees you see over there, very far. That's the end of the farm. And the cows you see over there, let me just zoom. These cows are for my mother. They are scattered, but they are all here, around 8 of them. So yeah, this is home. I'm right in the village. I want to bring something to your attention, that the village has vast land. You can do your farming and at your will, because the land is very, very large and wide. So those are the trees that show the boundaries. Then here there's bamboo trees within the compound. We have some little bananas. Then that's a farmhouse for this farm. It's vast. And it's right at the river. That is the river down there. And every year this river fills this place. All this is water. So planting is done early to avoid flooding, and that's quite the road near. So all the floods from that side of the hilly part comes down here. So during this rainy season, all this farm you see here is water. It's flooded. You cannot harvest anything here. So planting is done early, because if you do it late, when the rains, like now, this is February 24th, and we're expecting rains before 15th of March. So when rains begin, this maize would have gone higher. By the time the flooding comes from there and the river gets to fill its banks to overflow here, the maize would have shot up. So this is home. This is the village. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. I'm showing you around the village and how we do farming in Kenya. So guys, this is a vast land, and it goes up to that end. There is sunset over there. It's exactly 6:30 p.m. in the evening, and yeah, that is the sun over the horizon. So the other side of the land is a neighbor's piece of land, my father's step brother, that is his piece of land. And all this you see is land from home. They just did the burning of bushes around the farm to avoid snakes. And let me draw you closer again. That is the river. This is the river. I don't know if you guys can see. That is the river. It flows all along up to there. And it's very steep. If you slide from here, if you make a mistake and you step at the edge of this part, you slip into the river. So right now we don't have rains, and that's why you can see all this hollow part becomes over flooding when the rains go up in the air. And there's this hole here I can see. Let me just show you guys. That could be a snake's house, or where the snake lives, because in these areas where there are a lot of bushes, you can find a snake sleeping over here. I'm careful, I don't want to fall in the river because I'm just right at the edge. And there are these fruits here. I don't know what fruits these ones are. They are round. I've never seen fruits of this kind. I don't know what they are. Those are fruits. So it's very hot right now. The weather is 37 degrees. Very hot in Kenya. And we are careful because these are holes of snakes. I really suppose they are snake holes. Big snakes, not small snakes. And this is where people pass to fetch water when they don't have water in their homesteads. Right now the season is very dry, and even having cattle is a problem because fetching water from a river that is very steep like this one is very, very scary and dangerous at the same time. So normally during the dry seasons, people burn areas that are around the farms to avoid big snakes crawling into the farm and biting the cattle. So you can see from this angle, this portion has been burnt to avoid snakes coming this side of the farm. And These are veggies in the maize plantation. These are cowpeas, guys, cowpeas. If you are in Kenya, you know what cowpeas means. We cook these veggies in 2 different ways. You can use alkaline to soften it and pour some milk in it, or you can cook it with water and fry your beef and mix it in. So these are greens, cowpeas. It's normally 3 leaves in every stem of it. They're not doing good because the sun is too hot and it's not getting enough water. That's why even the maize is not doing very well, as you can see. Some parts have maize, some parts don't have maize. And we are a team here, working with my brothers here. We are trying to supervise the farm and see how it's faring on with the vegetation in it. This maize was planted in mid-January because the land is located right around the river. So there is some that moisture in the ground. That's why you can see some portion has maize, some portion doesn't have maize, and some portion the maize has died. Like that first part there is no maize. You can only spot one at a time, one after the other, because not enough water to make it shoot up. And yeah, the soil normally is very fertile here, and planting is done before the rains begin pouring in. This is the type of grass that we normally fight it in all farms in Kenya. It's a creeping plant. In my dialect, it's called emuria. Emuria can cripple from here for even 2 kilometers. This is the head. This is the tip of it. And it's very long. You can see, guys. It's very long. And this is a weed. This is some weed. When it grows up, it puts some seeds that are hairy and it has some smell. The more you touch it, the worse it becomes. And these are also the traditional veggies. Yeah. In Swahili, we call it mchicha. This is mchicha. In my dialect, we call it dodo. It's nice. It adds blood in the system. Mostly doctors tell you look for mchicha and eat plenty of it because it helps the liver manufacture blood in your body. So it's a traditional vegetable and it's not grown, it just grows by itself. So at distance you can see our herdsman trying to take home the cattle because it's 6:30 p.m. in the evening. Cows are not supposed to graze at this time of the hour, so they are all driven back home to their shelter. Now we are going home because we've supervised a bit of it. It's hard to walk through the shamba or through the garden because we have shoes. We are not supposed to go to the garden with this kind of shoes. You see how I'm dressed? These are the shoes I'm putting on. They are rubber shoes. So it's not good to walk through the garden with rubber shoes. Instead, you have to wear on gumboots. But since we don't have a lot of water in the garden, and it's in the evening, I found myself in rubber shoes. And yeah, we are trying just to go through it. Here in front, you can see a bamboo tree. Bamboos are good. And You can harvest the stems to make chairs, to make strong doors, and it brings some good look of the farm. You can use it as shelter in your homestead, but this one is right in the garden. And here we have a few bananas that were planted. This is sugarcane, but it has been removed. It's sugarcane. It didn't do well because it's on the hilly side of the garden. It can't get enough water to fatten the stems, so it's been slashed off to maybe allow it to grow again. So these are the banana plantations. They are not really good because no enough water. And let me just walk through. You see, guys, this is a hill, a little bit of it, and those are the herds of cattle. They are now being directed to their shelter, which is right there. And these are cassava plantations. There's a lot of cassava in Africa. In every homestead you can find cassavas. And another beauty of Africa, or another beauty of Kenya, we have this kind of mango trees. They are forever big in every homestead. In every homestead you can't miss a mango tree or a bamboo tree right there. That's a bamboo tree. So this is cassava, and the cows have been pushed into their sheds. They have entered the sheds. Those are the sheds. Don't worry of my breathing because I'm trying to walk around the farm. And this is cassava, what I told you guys. Cassava is planted in Africa. It's all over in Africa. Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Congo, Rwanda, Burundi, Nigeria, Cameroon, Ghana, Liberia. You can't miss out cassava. Cassava is good. It gives us energy. It gives us carbohydrates. And when you hear about fufu in Nigeria, mostly they do cassava or yams. So in Kenya, we dry it for ugali after fermenting the cassava. In my previous videos, you can see how cassava is harvested, peeled, dried, and taken to a posho mill, and it's mixed with sorghum or millet for grinding to get flour. So that sunset is very beautiful today. You can see the sun is descending slowly to the west, and this is the east, south, west, north. So that's a beautiful sunset in the village. I remember giving you guys beautiful sunset in the city, and now this is the village where you can see a lot of trees, vast land, no homes around, no structures except sunset over the sky. Thank you guys. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe, comment, and share down below. This is life in the village in Kenya. My name is Liz Wanda. Thank you, and see you again in the next video. Those are pit latrines for these farmhouses. Yeah, nobody lives here except the workmen. So guys, that's all for today. Bye and thank you.